Today, we're getting into something really personal, deciding who you actually want with you in the delivery room.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it? It's not just about tradition or what maybe other people expect.
Exactly. It's about consciously shaping the space for, well, a massive life event.
Mm.
We'll look at a few common ways people approach this, like just having your partner there,
Right, or maybe adding close family into the mix.
or even, opening it up to more family and friends.
Varies so much.
Our mission today is really to explore the upsides and maybe the challenges of each setup,
So you can think about what feels right for your birth experience.
because it really does come down to what you need, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's about the kind of support, the kind of energy that will genuinely help you through labor. What feels comforting versus what might feel stressful.
Okay, so let's start with that most intimate option, just
Yeah.
you and your partner,
Yeah, this one really centers on privacy, security.
creating a very focused space.
Precisely. The core idea is that unwavering focus, that intimacy. Your partner is often, the person who knows you best.
You can anticipate your needs, maybe. Speak up for you.
Exactly. Advocate for you with the doctors and nurses. And that kind of uninterrupted connection can be really powerful for bonding, even hormonally, right after the birth.
Which research suggests is pretty important for attachment later on.
It can be, yes.
And thinking about the pros, that intense emotional connection just between the two of you seems like a big one.
Oh, absolutely. That shared focus, navigating this massive thing together, it can really deepen your bond.
Plus the privacy aspect.
Huge. Feeling free to, make noise, move around however you need to without feeling watched or judged.
Less self-conscious.
Definitely.
And maybe it's even a little less stressful for the hospital staff. Fewer people to manage.
That's possible, yeah.
Okay.
A calmer room can certainly help the medical team concentrate.
Okay, but it can't all be straightforward. What are the potential difficulties with just one support person?
Well, the main one is the pressure it puts on the partner.
Right. What if they feel completely overwhelmed or just, don't have any experience with birth?
Exactly. The entire weight of support, emotional, physical, lands on them.
And if they're anxious?
That can absolutely feed back to the person giving birth. Plus, labor can be long, really long.
It's physically demanding for everyone.
Yeah, one person trying to provide constant support for potentially many hours, it's tough. They might just get worn out.
So who does this partner-only approach really suit then?
I'd say it often appeals to people who really value quiet, a low stimulation environment.
People who want that experience centered very tightly on the couple.
Exactly. If that deep intimacy is your priority and you feel really confident in your partner's ability to be that rock, it could be amazing.
Okay, so let's widen the lens a little. What about adding, say, a close family member or two?
Right. Partner plus a small inner circle.
Like maybe your mom or a sister or even really close friend you trust implicitly?
This kind of balances that core intimacy with a bit more support.
It acknowledges that, yeah, your partner is central, but maybe someone else with, like, nurturing vibes or actual birth experience could be helpful too.
Precisely. They can bring a different kind of support, maybe offer practical help, or just another comforting presence.
So what are the concrete benefits here? More hands on deck, basically.
Pretty much more emotional backup, more physical support.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe your partner needs a break, needs to grab some food, or just step out for a minute.
Someone else is there to step in.
Exactly. Provide encouragement, a hand to hold. And there's that potential for multi-generational bonding too, isn't there?
Yeah.
Sharing that moment.
Oh, definitely. I can see how having, say, your own mother there, someone who's been through it, could feel incredibly reassuring.
That shared experience, that empathy, it can be huge.
But there have to be potential challenges here too, right? Family dynamics can be tricky.
Very tricky. That's a really significant point. You might get conflicting views on how birth should go.
Unsolicited advice, maybe, even if it's well-meaning.
Exactly. Oh, you should try this, or back in my day. It can be distracting or even make you doubt your own choices.
Yeah, I can see that. And also just the vulnerability aspect.
Being that physically and emotionally raw.
Mm.
Are you comfortable with that in front of certain family members? It's a very personal question.
It really is. And practically speaking, more people means.
Crowding. Potential crowding, anyway. And hospitals usually have limits, right?
Yeah, definitely limits on how many support people are allowed in the room.
So you might have to navigate that, make some tough calls about who gets to be there.
So who's the ideal candidate for this partner plus family setup?
I think it works well for people who genuinely draw comfort from family, but who are also good at setting clear boundaries.
Ah, the boundaries.
Crucial.
Absolutely. Being able to say, thanks, Mom, I appreciate that, but we're going to stick with our plan.
Okay, now for the biggest potential group. Partner, family, and friends. A whole welcoming committee.
Right. This creates a very different vibe. Much more communal, almost celebratory. Like a party atmosphere, potentially.
Sort of, yeah. The idea is a big circle of support, lots of shared joy, collective encouragement.
And I imagine for some people that could feel incredibly uplifting. Like you've got your whole team cheering you on.
It really can. That sense of community can be super empowering. Friends sharing stories, offering distractions, just making it feel like this big, shared, amazing event.
It could really strengthen those social connections, too.
Definitely. A unique, shared experience.
But privacy goes out the window, pretty much.
That's the trade-off, yes. Feeling comfortable to really let go, make noise, move freely, that could be much harder with a big audience.
It feels like there's a higher risk of it becoming chaotic, too.
There is. More voices, more opinions, more movement. It could potentially disrupt your focus or even communication with the medical staff.
Yeah, coordinating with the doctors and nurses might get more complicated.
It certainly could. And again, those practical limits based in the room, hospital policies become even more of a factor with a larger group. Most places just aren't set up for that.
So who chooses this? Who thrives in this kind of bustling birth environment?
It sounds like it suits people who genuinely love being surrounded by others, who thrive in social settings.
And who are really good at setting those boundaries we talked about.
Extremely good. And maybe they're delivering somewhere with more flexibility, like a birthing center, or even at home, where rules might be different.
Right. Okay, so we've explored these different models. As you, the listener, are thinking about this, what are the key questions to ask yourself?
It really boils down to a few core things. First, who makes you feel genuinely safe and calm, especially when you're stressed or feeling vulnerable?
That sense of safety is huge. And think about your personality during intense times. Do you prefer quiet or do you like having conversation and distraction?
Yeah, what's your natural tendency? And then the big one. How comfortable are you really with being physically exposed and emotionally raw in front of each specific person you're considering?
That takes some honest reflection.
It does. And another critical question, will this person truly support your birth plan, your choices, or might they try to push their own agenda, even unintentionally?
You need advocates, not directors.
Exactly. And finally, just trust your gut. Does thinking about this person being there bring you a feeling of reassurance, or does it spark a little bit of anxiety?
Listen to that feeling.
Absolutely. Because ultimately, like you said at the start, it's your decision based on your needs.
So once you have an idea of who you want, clear communication becomes the next step, right? Setting expectations.
Crucial. No matter who you choose, just your partner or a bigger group, talk to them beforehand.
Share your birth plan. Let them know what kind of support you think you'll want.
Yes. Maybe even assign roles if that feels right.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're on comfort measures, you're in charge of photos, you can help make sure my voice is heard.
And it's so important to remember, it is absolutely okay to say no.
100%. Even to close family or friends. If you suspect someone's presence will add stress rather than support, you have every right to prioritize your own well-being.
No guilt allowed.
None. This is about creating the best possible environment for you. And, we should also briefly mention doulas here.
Ah, yes, good point. Doulas.
They're trained, non-medical professionals who provide continuous support, physical, emotional, informational throughout labor.
And they can be an amazing addition regardless of who else is there, can't they?
Absolutely. They work alongside your partner, your family, complementing the support they offer. They know birth, they know comfort techniques, they know how to advocate.
So, wrapping this all up, there's no single right answer, is there? No magic number.
Not at all. It's about what feels right for you. The goal is to create a space that feels safe, respectful, and empowering.
Whether that's super quiet and intimate or buzzing with loving energy.
It's your choice.
So, our advice is trust your instincts, have those conversations early, prepare your support team. You deserve to feel held and uplifted during this incredible time.
Beautifully put. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Thinking about all these dynamics we discussed, what's the actual emotional energy you want surrounding you during this birth? What did that feeling look like? And what steps can you take starting now to actively cultivate that specific atmosphere for yourself?